Back to the poll-bound state of Karnataka, where we are seeing a big political face-off over the Bajrang Dal row, and now we are getting some different reactions from the Congress party right after the pitch. Their manifesto backfired against them. On your screens are the Congress. You can see how to the right of your screens you can see on the window that is DK Shivakumar, who is the KPCC chief. He has been on the forefront of the campaign as far as the Congress party is concerned ahead of the elections, and right now we can see he was visiting the Bajrang Hanuman temple there, bowing before the Lord Hanuman idol there. My colleagues Shravan and Priyanka are live on the broadcast for more tracking all the campaign, tracking the campaign trail there. Going to you, Priyanka, now, who is live with us from Mangaluru now. As earlier Shravan was pointing out, this was like a full toss. The Congress's manifesto was like a full toss to the BJP, and the way it has backfired, it's only now showing Congress in a very weak position, we can say, right ahead of the polls, which is, remember, Karnataka is not a state where you see one-sided elections, but right now this has clearly backfired the Congress party. How does it really affect the prospects as the polling day approaches Karnataka? Priyanka.
And, it has affected the Congress party. It's almost amusing to watch the kind of defense that is being put forth by the Congress leadership today. In fact, the multiple voices that are coming to light from the coastal Karnataka, where the Congress leadership, in fact, then be it Veerappa Moily or anybody else, in fact, because they are pointing the fingers at one another. We had seen Veerappa Moily also speaking about this, and he had, in fact, also stated that this question needs to be taken up with DK Shivkumar, and that he then once again took a U-turn from the manifesto and had stated that there cannot be any ban that can be imposed by the state government. As per the Constitution of India, he said that if the union government is not of the Congress party, they cannot do so, and all of these things have been said. So they are in fact grasping at straws to put up a defense when it comes to the entire manifesto and the kind of questions that have now been raised by the BJP as well, because we do see that this entire controversy that had also, to which the fuel had been added to the fire of this controversy by the BJP. And we had seen how even the Prime Minister's speeches that had resonated with the people when he had spoken about that the Congress party is the party that wants to shut down Lord Ram first, and then now Lord Hanuman. So this narrative, in fact, what we see of the Congress party really trying to put up a defense and trying to position themselves as not an anti-Hindu party, but they are trying to also say that they are against these extremist organizations. But this message somewhere is not very clearly being received by the general people and also by their own cadre, because their own cadre, Rakshita, in fact, have come out and in confusion have stated that the Kannada manifesto which had been printed out did not have this particular point of the manifesto of the banning of the PFI, of the banning of the Bajrang Dal. This point was not there in the Kannada translation, in fact, of English had this point. So these are some of the defenses that had been put forth by the Congress party leadership, the cadre as well, also trying to put up one kind of defense, trying to save face about this manifesto, about this particular point of the ban of the PFI. And interestingly, even the people who are supposed to be the allies of the Congress party, even the parties, in fact, who are on the ground, who did not contest in certain seats so that they do not cut into the votes of the Congress party as well. They are in fact also throwing Congress under the bus, and they are also claiming that the Congress party was prematurely making these kind of statements. Moreover, we also have that the SDPI leadership in fact has also stated that the Congress is trying to do appeasement politics, and that the Congress was the party that had our support, but they are the ones who are actually doing this politics by claiming that they're going to be banning the PFI when it is already banned. So all of these things we do see as a repercussion of this particular point that had been raised by the Congress.
Of course, there are, of course, ripples that can be seen there. And Shravan also continues to be with us on the broadcast from Bengaluru. Shravan, as we were talking about, as Priyanka was also pointing out there, what Veerappa Moily, a senior Congress leader, had to say about this controversy. And also this, in a way, comes in as a galvanizing factor as far as BJP is concerned right ahead of the elections. We have seen how there have been talks of, some factions within the BJP before even the election dates were announced. But right now, we are seeing that the BJP stands in solidarity. It has given a boost to the cadres of the BJP, and Congress clearly there is a divided house and somehow weakens its positions ahead of the elections there. What do you think about this?
Well, Rakshita, if you speak to anyone here in Karnataka right now, they say that there was a point in time when there was a massive anti-incumbency wave and the BJP was essentially struggling. In fact, on their food plate, there was no food at all. It is only ahead of the elections, it is like the Congress party is now serving the food to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Now, that's the kind of, chatter, I would say, here in Karnataka. Almost everyone that you speak to. I've traveled all the way from Shivamogga to Bengaluru a short while back, and when we were essentially speaking to the locals, they have raised certain issues. The issues of what has been raked up by the Congress in the last few months did find some resonance with the locals. But the moment this entire controversy erupted, that's when it appears that the Congress party is now losing the momentum. And these next few days are going to be extremely crucial, or I would say the swing factor in this particular elections. The X factor being the Prime Minister himself. The two road shows, if you really look at it, covers entire Bengaluru, the entire parliamentary constituencies, and that is exactly right now the focus of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Capitalize maximum on what the Prime Minister has to say and the fact that he's leading right from the front, essentially saying that, look here, do not vote for a party which has been sympathizing with terrorists. Do not vote for a party which is basically anti-Hindu. And that is exactly the sentiment that they are trying to project right now. And it certainly is no longer limited to only a pocket, that is Dakshin Kannada, but several other parts. Slipping into a short break. On the other side, we continue our coverage from the battle state of Karnataka.